Happy World Energy Efficiency Day, everyone. My video this morning is going to be a little bit different. We finished building a house about 9 months ago that we moved into during the second lockdown in Melbourne. Not your classic ESD consultant's house, it's not Passive House certified or anything else, but hopefully there's a few little things that I can show you that might be of interest to anyone who's building a house, has just built a house, is thinking about building a house. So come on, let's have a look. First stop is the roof. So we thought we'd done all the right things up here. We paid extra for the R6 insulation bats, taking us beyond the required 6-star NatHERS rating. We did the inspections, we did extra inspections to make sure it had been installed properly, but there was one area where they'd run out of glass wool and they sheeted up the roof before we had the chance to check that it had been installed properly. So we had a room that was getting very, very hot over summer and came up on the roof and discovered that only half of that room was actually insulated to the roof. So they've been back and fixed that up since. The other thing up here I might note is a project for me in the near future. This return air plenum, sheet metal, it's got a tiny amount of foam insulation on the inside of that, but it's not nearly enough to keep the heat in this roof out in the middle of summer, and probably the same issue in winter, so I'm going to put some insulation around the outside of that. So next stop, I've brought you outside to have a look at some slab edge insulation. Not standard practice at all in Melbourne, but we worked with our builder to get it done. We wanted it because it'll improve energy efficiency slightly, but also thermal comfort in terms of cold feet in the bathroom and the like without having to install underfloor heating. So I'll see if I can give you a look at what it looks like. So you can see it here, sits underneath the brick veneer on the edge of the slab, also runs behind the brick veneer up the edge of the slab, and we had a deepened slab edge beam in a couple of places, making it all the more important. So next stop, we're at the front door, and I wanted to just mention the draft sealing issues that we've had. So we've had the builder come back to look at draft seals in 3 different places. The front door wasn't quite closing properly, the brush is missing from the sliding door at the back, and the window, the awning wasn't sitting quite square, so it wasn't compressing its own draft seal, so they're going to have to come back and square all that up. Definitely worth checking whether you've got a new home or whether you've got an existing home. So our fourth and final stop is at a big north-facing window that doesn't have any sort of eave because it's a double height wall. At the moment we're reliant on this roller blind to cut the sun in the middle of summer, but the plan is to build a big pergola out there and plant some deciduous vines up it, which will provide some lovely cool shade in summer and let the sun through in winter to warm up the house. Hope you've enjoyed the few quick stops we've made today, and you always know where I am if you need to ask more questions about your own home. Cheers.